Okay, I'm out in the garage, getting ready for my trip with Andy. Like I was saying, my last video was showing what food I was packing away. He's away on a big trip. He's got a day before we go on this trip. So yeah, I got to get things ready to be ready for him. So I went over food the last video, and then someone, actually more than one, people, they asked me to show, well, how do you pack and what pack do you bring for such a trip? And I'm doing it right now, so I might as well just show you. And yes, there's a lot of distractions going on. The dogs are going to go crazy when Christine shows up from shopping. I live on a busy street, so no, it's not wilderness. It's a garage with a bunch of gear around me. I will put the equipment list that Andy made up for me in the description. Have an equipment list because you don't want to forget anything. I've done that before. I forgot paddles on trips. I forgot tent poles, the proper tent poles. You just don't do it, okay? So I'm going to go over this. First of all, what to pack in a pack. We should start off with what pack, okay? And I use a Canoe pack. Some people use those packs that are waterproof lined fully, and they're really good. I don't like them personally. Some people love them. The price is right for some of them. Eureka used to make a really good one, but Eureka Canada doesn't exist anymore, so good luck getting those. I know, oh, what's the brand? What's the brand? Forget the brand. I'll put it down here. It's really a solid one. The cheaper ones will eventually open up and get holes in it, and ultimately it's supposed to keep everything dry inside. Well, if you have a hole in it, it's not going to get dry inside. I also find them very uncomfortable and sweaty and yucky and bad harness system, so I'm used to a portage pack. And what I mean by a portage pack, it's a nylon pack, and I'll show you, with a liner inside. Okay, so it is waterproof. So everybody thinks, not everybody, a lot of people, not a lot of people, some people will look at these packs and say, well, they're not waterproof. No, they're not waterproof. The material itself is nylon. It's not waterproof, but you put everything waterproof inside the pack. It's a good harness. Okay, what pack? Sorry, I'm going off on tangent once again. The pack that I've been using for the last few trips, basically because there wasn't a lot of portaging or no portaging, was Recreational Bear Works Carrier 2. And it comes with two packs, one stocked on top of each other, harness and a tump. I used that last year in the big trip in the far north. Bugs are out. You got the bear spray in your pack, right? We do have bear spray.
He's doing a jig.
Awesome. But I was just using one on the last few trips. I could easily use that on this trip. In fact, I don't even know why I'm unpacking and reusing a different pack, because this is fine the way it is. For my last trip, I just have to, and I dried everything out when I got home. I'm fine. But I'm thinking, gosh darn it, I'm going to Georgian Bay, and I got a pack. That the color is called Georgian Bay Blue. So why would I not use that pack? This is a totally different pack. It's called a camper. It's oh gosh, I'm guessing 60 liter. And that's all I really need. I do have another pack that's called the Expedition from Recreational Bear Works. Again, it's a happy camper pack. And just so you don't know about these, Andy's company, Recreational Bear Works, and myself have got together and created these packs to put money towards Camp Outlook for kids that actually can't get out on a canoe trip for whatever reasons. Ready? Look at that! So that's really kind of cool, but I don't need 90 liters. This is the Expedition pack, really good pack. But for this trip, because Andy's got most of the camp stuff for cooking and stuff like that, yeah, most of the stoves and cookeries and stuff like that. So I don't need that big of a pack. So I'll take that. I'm gonna use this. So before I start loading it up, I'll show you right now, you need a liner. Now, whether you use a full liner or a really good garbage bag from the hardware store, like the industrial bag garbage bags, or you put everything in separate waterproof containers and put it in here, that's fine, or all three. But you need something waterproof, especially, I looked at the weather, it's supposed to rain for the entire time we're in Georgia Bay, so woohoo! See that? So we put the liner in. You can get a thin liner or thick liner like that. Supposedly they're the same quality. I'm always a paranoid person, so I like the thicker liner, but for the heck, that's already being used, so I'm going to do the light liner. I don't really have to worry about weight though, because there's no portaging on this trip. However, when said that, I still have to get the pack out of the canoe and onto the campsite. Okay, so I've got the liner. So, what to pack first? Biggest things. And I'm not saying heaviest things, I'm saying biggest things, like bulkier things. So I generally will put the clothes bag and the sleeping bag on the bottom, especially for this trip because it's getting into the fall. So I get a little bit more clothes and a bigger sleeping bag. So they're gonna be a lot bulkier. So clothes, that's kind of overdoing it, I gotta say. But I don't know what the weather's are gonna be like on Georgian Bay, out in the middle of nowhere on the Buster Island. So I've got extra sweater in there. I use a lot of merino wool. That's not a brand, it's a type of wool. It's a lightweight wool, and I layer it up with 3 layers of merino. Base layer, middle layer, and then a big woolly sweater. I got myself a toque. And I also have clothes here to replace the clothes I'm wearing. So I'm gonna have my regular canoe gear, like long pants, a long sleeve shirt. Don't do a blue shirt, dark blue. Bugs love dark blue, by the way. Bright colors are better. And then I have an extra pair in here in case that gets all wet. I want to re-dry. That's all the clothes I really need. If I needed any more clothes, if it was a longer trip, I just do laundry. All right, so I'm gonna put this in here. There, this one a little more for you guys. Sorry. Of course, I'm gonna say this is typical Kevin. This is why I need a equipment list. So that waterproof bag, or sorry, that clothes bag I just put in there is waterproof and it is compressible. Compression is the game. It's not weight, it's bulk. So you need everything to be compressed and make it smaller. So again, for example, here I'll show you my summer bag. It's in here. It's really small. It's down, not synthetic, I prefer it down. But for this trip, yeah, that's a fall bag, rated to a good -7 or more, and I'm going to use that. And that is in a waterproof container. Oh, I'm not used to packing in a small garage. All right, so that's there on the bottom. Okay. Now next is the tent. So what I do with the tent, I packed it up in 2 bags. Two bags, compressible bags, not rolled up like this guy. I don't do that. Why? I find you can compact it smaller, to be quite honest, and also the main fly is always going to be wet. And the base could be dry. You don't want to put those two together, okay? So I always do that separate. With doing that process though, make darn sure you put the poles in there because I didn't roll the poles up. They're separate in here somewhere. Where are the poles? I got the poles. And the pegs. Put that down the side. Like that. So yeah, really compress it down. Next is the tarp. Sometimes people will put the tarp in the bottom because it's the bigger and heavier one. I don't have a big heavier tarp. I have a really good lightweight tarp. Dan, Custom Sewing, made me this multicolored tarp, and I spent more money on this than that tent in there. Double the money. Because you're going to use that tarp, especially out in Georgian Bay in a rainstorm, more than the tent.
It's really raining now. It was raining before. It's really raining now. Look at this.
But yeah, so I put that in there. I'm gonna put that down the back. All right. Let's see, those are rain pants. Don't need those yet. Oh, that's my fly that I put inside the tent, not outside with the fly on top. We won't even get that into that bait right now. But Coach Jacobson taught me that.
No, you don't want to go attracting attention with a shameless public display of affection. You're not going to find a cheap spoon out there. So get a tent. You'll find what does work in chapter 23 of my flagship book, Canoe Wild River. And while you're at it, put the ground cloth inside the tent.
And yeah, when moisture is going to come in, and it will come in, at least you have a barrier inside the tent between you and your bear mat. Speaking of bear mats, that's the next thing I put in. And yeah, that's a whopper of air mat. This is a Nemo. This is my winter one with down in it. Yeah, I'm overkilling it, but where I'm going to be lying on either sand or rock, mostly rock, Georgian Bay. And so I want something good. And again, no port hogging, so I'm gonna put that in there. So, okay. So now what's going in? That's an extra. Oh no, that's the line I'm supposed to bring. That's for my soda tin. Help us with the caps in the account. All right. Next is my camp chair. So I'm going to put some heavier items up top, so you're not carrying the weight down by your lower waist and your lower back. Your shoulders are going to carry the heavy weight, not the bulk, the weight. Okay. So if I'm going to carry a cook stove and things like that, and pots and pans, which I'm not, Andy's going to take that. I would put them at the top. So here's my camp chair. We're going well like that. And now I'm getting down to the nitty gritty. What do I got? Oh, okay. All I got left are my 2 chaos bags. You know, I'll show you what I'm going to do. Put it on the top flap. But this is like extra flashlight, medicine that I need that's not in my first aid kit. Like I suffer from vertigo, so I have pills for that. Really bad arthritis, so I have pills for that. I got pills for if you have the poops. I've got pills if you don't have the poops. I got a whole bunch of extra maintenance gear in here. This is just what my chaos bag I want in the tent at night. So extra batteries for the flashlight, a bunch of other items, like just random items. And some young kid gave me this at the Toronto show years ago, so I don't know if you're around there, bud, but I'm still using it. Really honored to do that. Okay, so I'm putting those at the top. And if you think about it, what else I got? What else I got? I got nothing else. There it goes on the top. Okay, so that means I'm going to seal this. Watch, as soon as I seal this, I'll realize I forgot something in there and I have to redo it. But in theory right now, I'm going to seal this. So this is a Velcro top, like that, okay? Roll it over as much as you can. Tie it up like so. And voila. Now, I'm not done yet. So on the top here, I'm going to be putting other things. Where do you put it? My rain jacket. My rain jacket is going to go right on top, because that's when you're going to need it. You're not going to undo that to try and get your rain jacket. You're going to want to put it right there. I have rain pants right here. I generally don't use rain pants, but I always pack them thinking I should. I just get my legs wet, who cares? But anyway, rain pants. Yeah, so a bunch of other things I'm going to be putting in the barrel, like a water bag. I'm going to put that in my barrel with the food. Hey, yeah, and flipper made by Evan. Evan, great YouTuber. Put down here. He carved that for me a couple years ago. I love it, so it's going to go there. Yeah, so let me get this all organized. So I'm going to put it on the top here, so I can get rid of this. Why? I kind of do still. Oh, I just moved the camera. Are you all right? Are you? Oh. Oliver, are you all right? You want to come in to the shot? Here, hold on. Just stay there, Oliver. Okay. You're fine. Here. Okay, Oliver wants to know what's going on. And yeah, there's a few flies in here because the garbage bag's right behind me. Gross. Okay, so got that. Footwear is going to go on top too. So I'm going to put my sandals, Newports I think they're called. These are from Keen. I got them last year. They don't make the yellow anymore. In fact, the company even said, Kevin, you're wearing your yellow sandals. We don't make that color anymore. Nobody seemed to like that color. I love this color because I can find them and I'm different. So put those up top, okay? So use that for when at camp. You all right? You okay? Angel's loving the sun. You don't like the sun? We're all are getting old. All right, so my Newport sandals. For footwear, well, I got my old Keens. I truly adore. But yeah, actually, I thought I'd step it up and get new ones this year. Why? Gosh, they're light. They're the trail end? Man, I wrote this down. Trail end? High trail waterproof boots. And the sandals are the Hyperport H2 sandals. I know that one. All right. I got these because my arthritis is getting really bad, especially my ankles. I don't know what's going on with my ankles and my hips and stuff. So I got these. Good support in the old ones. Just thought I got these because these are really cushiony. And I gotta say, it's like walking on air. I was recommended these, saying they're really good for comfort. They come with a washable liner too, which is good for sticky feet. But it's got a kick boot here, so for the front, but really light. But what I really like about it, seriously, when you're walking on these, they move with your feet. They really do. They're wide fitting as well. So I'm taking those for this. And yes, I'm gonna get my feet wet, so therefore I need those sandals. Okay, I'm blabbing. After that, this closes up. I strap it over like this. I strap it over like this. And one more like this. And there you go. Now you have the top. So the Courier, I love it. The only disadvantage was there was no outside compartments to put all your side things. Now what I did on the bigger trip was I had a small bag with me with all that in it, with my camera as well, which really worked out, to be quite honest. But at least with this, you have it. Now, this is pleated. Why I really like the idea of this being pleated, you can stuff more and more in there. So I won't go over this, but basically there's bug repellent, there's sunscreen, there's a first aid kit, there's an extra filter for the water filter, there's the water filter, my bear spray, can go in there right now. Don't forget I got Georgian Bay, yeah, good luck to you. There's some issues with that. Oh, I forgot, see, I knew it! I forgot my, oh, hope that wasn't the camera, that was my car that beeped. My saw, overkill for the saw, I know it. I just can't find my saw, small saw. Oh, Christine's coming in now. There we go. I knew this was going to happen. Oh, and then you were going to go crazy. Also, rain hat. My other hat. 2 hats. And I usually bring a baseball hat. Okay. All right, dog. All right, settle down. Okay, that's it. We're making filling up a pack. I'm going over this quick. Hey. And, yeah. Oh, gosh, see, I'm forgetting things again. Look, I got you. Hey, don't you... Oh, you pull the camera down! Hold on! No! Well, I'm kind of glad that happened. Because this is what happens when I pack. I have a list, following the list, and some distraction in life happens. It always happens to everybody. And then you forget things. So, Christine's home with the dogs inside. Let's go over this again. Okay. You already know what's in there. What's on top? It's the first aid kit. Toiletry kit, which actually, again, let's see, I forgot. Imagine going to Georgian Bay with no toilet paper and there's no way out to the Buster Islands except heading back. That'd be awful. So TP in there, and I also have TP, extra TP on the side bag on the barrel, just in case you need it in a hurry. And sunscreen, I said, bug screen. Or bug screen, bug dope. I'm not bringing the bug screen, by the way. I have the big bug screen, but I don't need it. If I did, that'd be going on the bottom too, because that's really bulky. Water filter, extra water filter. Gotta put my saw in. I do have a backup saw. I'm gonna bring this extra light, which I'm gonna put in the barrel actually. And I've got a stick stove, and I'm not sure if Andy packed a stick stove, so I'm going to just put this in the car, and if you didn't, I'll throw it in the barrel as well. First aid kit I told you about. I do have all my camera stuff, which goes in a separate compartment. One of these days I'll show you all my camera gear, which changes all the time actually. But yeah, so I do have a solar kit for the camera. The other is my water bottle, which... Oh yeah, my camp gloves for cutting up wood and stuff that around camp. Yeah, water bottle, water filter, also forgot, and a good book, which I haven't decided yet. Sticking with Farley Bullet. This one here. Oh! Laura Mowat, Never Cry Wolf. Great book, but also a really small book too, so I might take that and an extra book. Okay, so once you've done all that, everything's back at top, close it up, and then you go over your list again to make sure you didn't forget anything. And close that up. And that is a pack for 5 to 6 days. It would be the same if I went for one night. It's the food that actually is going to be extra for a longer trip. So yeah, you just have to deal with it. You're going to have the same clothes, the same sleeping bag, the same air mat, the same tarp that you would for a weekend, then for like 6 days, 7 days. So yeah, but it's in there, it's waterproof. If this fell into the water, it would float and everything would be waterproof inside. And then you would just get to shore eventually and take everything out. Except what's on top, which is your rain jacket and also your sandals, which I wouldn't worry about that. Okay, well, thanks for coming out. A little distraction there, but that's called life. And really excited about this trip, actually. And really kind of cool that I've got into a rhythm this season, this summer, from going to trip to trip to trip, just going into the garage here, and I've got a whole bunch of different items for different types of trips. Yeah, and you just pack for what trip you're doing. It's almost like playing golf. You're actually choosing, you know, the club for what you want to hit the ball towards the ring with. That's a stupid analogy, but it's an analogy. Okay. Right. If you've got any questions, comments, feel free to say that below and check out my equipment list and want to add or subtract to it. That'd be fantastic. Hope you're getting out there, guys. The season's going to be over soon. And then we're going to go winter camping, which is the gear in the basement and over there. Right.